Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Yesterday, I did a blog on Richard Delisle Arthur, and I had stated that he had applied for expungement of his criminal record, and it was granted. And his criminal record and the time that he was convicted was in December of 2020. December 2020, when Randall Worrell handed him his sentence. It was 30,000 or 3 months in prison, something like that. 30,000 in 12 months. He had to pay $30,000 in 12 months for having the ammunition and all the illegal stuff he had, or he would have had to spend 3 months in prison. So here it is, a paralegal on my chat who wondered something out loud, and has 10 years passed since his conviction? The answer is no. 10 years did not pass, because if he was before the court in 2020, it would have meant that he could put in for his expungement in December of 2030. 2030. That didn't happen. So here is Colin Roach asking the question, 10 years should pass. A person with a conviction gets a clean record after 10 years of satisfying the penalty for the conviction. Okay, so if you get 1 year prison after that year, you would need to have no convictions thereafter. If you clear 10 years without any convictions, you can apply to have your record clean. That did not happen in the case of Richard Arthur. Okay, he was fined 30,000 in December 2020. He didn't get no jail time because he did pay, but it was in December 2020. So according to Colin Roach, 10 years should pass from December 2020, and that didn't happen. Okay, oh, it was six months. He had 12 months to pay that $30,000 fine, or 6 months in prison. Okay, so given the statement of Colin Roach, his eligibility for expungement should have been in December of 2030. Okay, so we want to know, okay, how did it happen? How was he able to do what he did when no one else would have been able to do that? How was Richard Delisle Arthur able to get his record expunged when he did not meet the time requirement for such a thing to happen? The time for him did not elapse. The 10 years did not elapse. So this is something that you should talk about. This is something you need to ask a question, ask your minister, ask whoever you are around, ask for someone who has had a conviction, if they had to wait 10 years. Find out, because if you are being unfair, if you are being mishandled and unfair, it is something that you need to correct. Okay, and sometimes you hear like the recidivists. Sometimes you hear a recidivist saying, "Oh, I got my records clean," and they just got out of jail and they still have matters before the court. You know they're lying. Okay, so this blog is also to let you know that when you hear a regular old recidivist, people who grease themselves down, go through people's windows and all the crap that they do in Barbados, and then they say, "Oh, I have my records expunged," you know they're lying. Or are they? Find out, what are the rules? Are the rules a slippery slope? Are the rules really there for everyone? So find out and know what the law says, so that when people come to you and say things, you can say, well, how is that possible when it's 10 years and you have to have a clean record? And they have to think that they also have to think that you're not like a candidate for reoffending. They have to think that about you. Okay, just because the record is clean and you didn't do anything in 10 years, that does not mean that you're not going to reoffend. It doesn't mean that. So always know what you should know, so that when people come and talk to you, you can give them that side eye. Oh, you're not talking to a fool. And I always say to people, you have to hope that you're talking to an idiot, so that what you just said flies. You have to hope that you're talking to an idiot, and make sure that you are not the idiot that they think that they're talking to. Okay, always make sure that you know what you should know, so that when people come to you with their stupidity, you're able to give them that side eye. This is Sherry Veronica.